Hello, in this tutorial I will show you how you can create table in Oracle 12c using SQL statement. In our first example is about declaring primary key in SQL statement. This SQL statement will create a table customer with 4 fields where ID is the primary key. So go to the SQL Developer and execute the query. Create table customer ID, number, name, worker, email and phone, and there is one constant declared which is cast_pk, and it is defining ID is primary key. So when I execute the query, the table is created. Just commit the command and refresh this window. Then you will see our customers table is created. Click on the constant tab, then it will show the entry of primary key field. And here you can see this is the primary key and constant name. In the next example, it will create another table customer 2, but there are two primary key, customer ID and cust area. So you can define multiple primary key for any table. Just go to SQL, clear the scheme and paste the command. Now if I run the command and the customer 2 is already created with two primary key, so commit. And remember, if the primary key of the previous table is pk, then you must change the primary key name here or constant name here, cast_pk2, otherwise it will show an error of same constant key. If I now refresh the window and refresh, and this is customer 2, and if you click on the constant, then it will show the entry pk2, and it is contain 2 key as primary key. Go to the next example. Here create a table with a unique key. The difference between primary key and unique key is that primary key cannot contain null value, but unique key can contain null value, but if contain any value, that must be unique. For example, email customer, every customer email is unique, so there is no scope for duplication. So you can define the email field as a unique key. And if I run this statement and run from the SQL Developer, here unique key is declared like this: constant cast_uk unique cast_email. Okay, now run this. Customer 3 is created. Commit and refresh this window. And this is our customer 3, and now click on the constant, then you can see primary key and unique key. This table has these two types of constant. Now go to the next example, creating a table with foreign key. Here table name will be sales and customer ID will be the foreign key of this table. Okay, create table sales, invoice number, invoice date, amount, customer ID. Here customer ID will be appeared, or customer ID field value will be appeared from the customer table. So declare the foreign key. You have to define like this: constant foreign key name, sales cast fk, foreign key, and field name. Field name means the field of this table, sales table. References, customer table name and customers tables ID, or field name that will be used as a foreign key for this table. So now click on this and the sales table is created and refresh. This is the sales table. And in the sales table, if you see the structure, not null is used. This is another type of constants. That means these three fields cannot contain any null value. So you must enter data in this fields. And for this, if I see the constant, then you can see there is constant type is check, and this is system constants, and the other two are primary key and foreign key. Now check how foreign key works. For this, I have to add some data in the customers table. Okay, ID1 customer, and here email, email.com, phone number, just expand this field for flexibility. Okay, one record is added. Now you can add another record. Okay, now commit these two records. Okay, now this is the our customer ID 1 and 2. In the sales table, if I want to insert any data other than 1 and 2, then it will not commit the data because of foreign key constant. Okay, first of all, I will add a valid data, and next I will try invalid data. This is suppose invoice number, invoice date, amount, customer ID 1, which is valid, and just commit it. And next add another data, and tag 5 here, and there is no customer with ID 5 in customers table, so this entry is invalid for foreign key constant. And if I click on the commit, then data is not committing because of this value. You can see the error here, violated parent key not found. But if I type 2 here and commit, then it is okay. And commit successful. Here you can see data is inserted. And now go for the example 4, modifying table structure. If I want to add a new field in my customer table, then you have to use alter statement. So go here. This is our customer field. And it will add another field address with worker data type. and commit the action and refresh here. Here you can see address field is added. And the next example, if I want to drop or delete a column from the table customers, then you have to use drop command. So just paste here all the table customer drop column phone, then this field will be omitted or removed from the table. Customer altered. Here you can see the phone column is removed from the customer table. Now, if you want to change the field length for any particular field or any other modification, just use alter and modify. So here, first of all, I will see the current data length for the field email columns. Email field, which is currently 50 bytes. So in the example, if I will change it like this, it will be 70, suppose, and run the query. Table customer alter, commit, and check the table structure again by refresh. You can see email field is 70 now. Okay, now go for the next example, modifying table constant. After defining the constant, suppose you need to change any constant type or remove any constant, then there you can use alter command to do the task. Okay, this alter command will alter table customers, modify name, constant name, chicken, not now. In customer table name field, not null constant is not defined for name field, so you can do it by like this after declaring the. Now I will check it is working or not. For that, check constant will be added for the table customers. You can see name underscore check is added. Okay, now go for the next example. Like this, you can add constant, alter table cells, add constant cells table check where amount is greater than 0. For these constants, if you want to add any entry for sales table, then amount field must contain any non-zero value. So you cannot enter any negative or zero value for the amount field if you apply this constant. Okay, sales table is altered. Now I will try this. It is working or not. There is more than 0, so try to add any value with 0. So if I want to commit it, it is not working. And showing check constant sales amount chicken, this is our constant name. which is violated. But if I add any amount, sorry, and again commit, now it's working. Okay, now go for the next example, deleting constant. The constant that I have added in this step, if I want to remove it, just run this command. Table is already altered in previous step. Okay, commit it and go for the next example, rename table. After designing the table, suppose you want to change the table name with another name, then you can run the rename statement. And suppose I want to change the customer 3 table with the new name, new customer. Just run the table rename. So for after every step you have to now refresh this window. Now you can see new customer is altered by the customer 3 name. Okay, now go for the next example, drop table. If you want to delete any table, just tap drop table name. And truncate table, if you want to make any table empty, totally empty, then you can run this command, truncate table employees. So our next example is create and drop index. Index is mainly used to making the searches faster. So to define any index, you have to run the command like this, create index name on table name and column name. Create index cast name ix on customers and name. So name data will be sorted in by default ascending order if I create the index like this. Index cast name ix is created, commit it. Okay, now go for the next example, delete index. For delete, like other statement, you can use drop index and index name. The index which is created here can be removed like this. And if you want to create index in descending order, just you have to mention DESC or descending. By default, it sorted the field in ascending order. Our last example is creating sequence for auto increment field. Another database software like Access or MySQL, auto increment field can be generated by just defining the attribute auto increment. But in Oracle, you have to define the sequence first, and then you can use the sequence in any table to do the auto generated or create the auto generated field. So first of all, I will create a sequence, book sequence. Here create sequence book underscore SQL, which will be start with 1. So if I run the command, if the command properly executed, then this message will appear, and if the sequence is created or not, you can check it from the sequence tab. Just refresh, then you can see book underscore SQ sequence is created. Here some information are showing, and last number 1 means that if you use this sequence in any table structure, then it will start counting from 1, and maximum value is defined as 999, a large number, I will make it short. So to do this, click on the edit button and make it 9, suppose 3 digit maximum 999. Okay. Now next step is to apply the sequence on any table structure. So create a table book with the sequence. Create table box ID number default. Here you can see is use book underscore sequence, book underscore seq, not it is SQ. Our sequence name is SQ. So book underscore SQ dot next well primary key and book name varchar2, author name varchar2. So just try to create this table. Table is created. Now commit it and refresh. Let's refresh here. You can see book is created, and now I will add some data to check the task of sequence. Okay, insert record. Here ID will be auto increment for sequence, so I will not type any data here. There is book name, PHP, author name, and now type click on commit button. You can see one is added. I will add another record, JS, author name, Michael, and just commit. You see 2 is automatically incremented. In this way you can use sequence for generating auto increment field on Oracle 12c. The whole steps and tutorial is given in this URL location, which is given in my description box, so you can try this tutorial from here. Thank you for watching.